All right. Welcome to the Anarchy Trading not the podcast today. We're doing live trading. Eventful day yesterday. I actually managed to pass my phase one of my challenge that we were trying to pass. So pretty insane. And I wish it had been on live stream, but for some reason I've been having issues with live stream. First of all, I didn't have volume I was alerted to. And the second fact was that I was just had some crazy technical issues. One of them being my lot size calculator glitched on me, took a huge position, and fortunately it was in the right way, and we made hence why we managed to pass. We made 3% yesterday. Well, we made 3% on my one account and passed it, and then we made another 0.6 after that on our phase two account. So we'll go out and review those here in a few minutes. But first of all, I'm just going to pull up make sure that we're actually running here. And because I've been, as I said, been having issues here, so I want to make sure that we are actually live and that we're actually streaming properly. It does indeed look like we are. Make sure that, and it does look like we have volume. Excellent. All right. Ignore this. I was had a coaching call with someone, and they were trading, and honestly, the stop loss was a little tight. I didn't take this trade, but I was kind of trading with them, and the stop loss again. I actually had my stop loss down here at the bottom of this candle, and initially, and that would have that would have been a nice trade. Took a while to pan out, but would have turned into a real nice trade. But again, I do not trade the Japanese indices there. I try to stick with what I know and love. So let's go to what we know and love, which is of course German 30 or DAX 40 or whatever it's called, DAX and the Dow. A lot going on. We're gonna just get ready to trade this. I purposely am not starting until 2:30 because I don't want to take trades before market open. I've been if I looked at the data, we can actually do that real quick if you want to see why I'm not doing that. So my FX books, let's go look at that data real quick. So you can see here my phase one passed 8.02%. And if we look at daily, hourly, I mean, so historically, okay, so this is market open, 10 on the server time is market open, and we've done really well with there, $980 versus 413 loss. If you look here, we've actually lost $3 trading the hour before market open. And we've made, money the second hour after market open by $273. So most profitable by far the first 2 hours of market open. So we're going to stick with those 2 hours because those are our most profitable. Daily, we had a great day yesterday, and so we're kind of even on all days now. Minus Thursday looks like we're pretty much break even, $24, minus $24. Um, so, anyways, that's why we are waiting till market open to trade based off of that data. But if you want to go look phase two, I just figure out how to get my trading privileges uh, verified as well today. So we made one trade yesterday on, I believe it was US 30, so on the Dow, and yeah, nice, and could have kept going, but we just wanted to end the day on another win, so it was just a great way to start, and I was super happy, super excited about that. So our goal hit 5%. So you can see, we're zero point 0.6 here. That is tied up in conjunction with my account here, which you can see we're currently up. Where are we? Yes, 61.38. And so we're going to see what we can do today and see if we can pass this challenge. Again, just a small 10K challenge, but been doing great progress. So for October, I think my total numbers were 8% for October, which, listen, a lot of investors would give a lot of money right now to make 8% in a year. So 8% a month is absolutely fantastic, and I would have been happy with four. Like honestly, as I've said on a lot of our podcasts, and on the stream here. All you need is 0.5% a week on a 400K account, and you're making 5 grand a month a week. It's a buttload of money. 0.5, 1% on a 400K would be 4,000. No, it's 2,000 a week. 2,000 a week, which is 2,000 a week, 8,000 a month, which is completely livable, I think, for pretty much everyone. Maybe not a bunch of extras, but you're definitely living off of it, and then anything you make over that is extra. So 8% a week, absolutely, in a month, absolutely fantastic. So I'm super excited about that. So let's get rid of that, and let's go and look at the news today. So 2 o'clock just dropped for GBP. We had nationwide HPI. That's not going to have too much effect. Couple bank holidays. Again, not going to have an effect. CHF. So we're talking Swiss, but get nothing really. No real news that's probably going to affect anything. 330 maybe be able that shouldn't affect it much. Final manufacturing PMA again probably not going to affect it that much, but we can be careful. Now for US 30, we could see a lot of consolidation because the big news day for US 30. We've got the non-farm employment change. We then have the ISM manufacturing PMI and the JOLTS job opening, and then later in the afternoon, which is again tomorrow my time, we have the FOMC statement. So who knows? I mean, well, let's see. So we could have a crazy day in the U.S. stock market. That's why again, I kind of like trading London, especially with US 30, because it's stable. It doesn't do anything. It's pretty handy to see when it's just we don't have to deal with all the news and the craziness that brings. Now that also means that we probably have to deal with a little bit of consolidation, but that's okay with me. So let's, without further ado, let's go over to our charts and we'll start charting. We can erase all this. None of it really matters. And we'll start at the daily. So we're going to start with a US 30 today. And we're going to start making our high of day and our low of day with purple lines. And then we're going to start making essentially where we think price can go on the daily chart with the yellow lines. So here's the high of yesterday would be kind of one target. And if it kept going, where could it keep going? Maybe up here where we kind of had this gap down last week. And then high of, the high of last Wednesday. So that's kind of all we need for there. And then if it's to go lower, we definitely have the kind of the low of the earlier this month. We had these equal lows of days. And then if it keeps going, we had this day, kind of the close of this day, open of this day, wick here. So kind of somewhere around there. Those are pretty much all we need. And then if it keeps going further, then just bottom of yesterday, the low of yesterday. So that's all we need for the daily lines. Let's go look at it on the hourly and see what we've got. So I got asked earlier today, do I draw boxes or zones on the daily? I don't, because the zones are huge. If you draw a zone on the daily, like they're just, and then you go scalping on the 5, like they're taking up hours of scalping. So there's no point drawing a zone on the daily chart. I start drawing my boxes like support and resistance when I'm on the hourly chart. So first thing I see is we have these poking up here, this poking up here, this poking up here, this tried poke up here, hit the 200. We're rejecting off it right now. But this to me is definitely going to be some resistance. We can look at it on the 5. We may adjust it a little bit. And then again, we have wicks here coming down, bouncing off twice. So we're going to have this probably being support right here. And if it then breaks through that, where could we envision it coming down to? Somewhere like probably here, maybe. But we do also have this area right here with these wicks, kind of wicks over here, wicks over here. And then I'm still, 78% chance or 75%, I don't remember, 70 something percent chance that within 3 days of a gap being created on the Dow, it'll be filled. I think that was created Monday, so today's Wednesday. So yeah, this would be essentially today. We're gonna have to look at what the stocks are doing. I don't see it coming down all that way today, but news could definitely bring it down. So later today, when we have the news in the with the U.S. In the U.S., it could definitely be enough to bring it down. Let's take a real quick look. So not much happening. A lot of green. Amgen's down. Cat down. Oops, 6%. Dang. Some green, but honestly, our big players, Apple, Microsoft, not doing too much. Kind of just, yeah, just hanging out. So we do have earnings November 2. Is that when earnings come out for Apple? Maybe. I don't know why we're not getting anything here. We should be seeing something. Um, but anyways, not too much going on. So maybe we do see it go down a little bit. Apple did release their new what M3 processor or something. Don't know what kind of impact that's had, but let's see. Okay, but yeah, not seeing any huge moves on anything right now. I mean, Apple and Microsoft are, of course, the biggest players. We have some green, so we could be seeing it go up though. But anyway, let's go back here. Let's go to our five and see what we've got here. So a big move down here, but again, we're not trading right now. Let's see what happens. And then let's tighten up our zones a little bit. Now I drew these things too big. Gonna not be able to adjust them, so let's bring them back over here. There we go. Okay, so we have high of day here. This is hourly resistance for sure up here. So if let's so it'd be hard to really want to go long, but maybe if it comes back up wicks, 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 somewhere around here. If it goes above here, maybe we consider going long up to, maybe up to the high of yesterday over there or high of here or somewhere. We could go long into this as long as we're careful because there's enough movement that I wouldn't mind. There's enough distance here that I would still go long. Like we could try to get, yeah, we only need 30 pips. There's 30 pips there. That's plenty. Now, to go short, there's just really, I mean, maybe, maybe right here. So if we break, because we have this definitely bounced here quite a bit. So we could, if it came up, bounce, and then reject, maybe we just take it right down here for a quick scalp. Um, how many pips? 20-ish? 18? Yeah, not many. Ooh, duty calls. I have to go to the bathroom quick. I'll be back in a minute. We'll finish charting. Market, we got 15 minutes before market opens anyway. Just a second. All right, and I am back. Sorry about that. Uh, anyways, so let's map up our potential moves and trades that we could expect to see from today. So if it comes back up here, bounces, retests, I could envision a long, maybe filling that wick right there. So again, stop. We would have to decide where to move it, but we'll just leave it for there right now. And then if it go short, if it goes down here, bounces, we could potentially scalp it down to here. Reason why I'd potentially be willing to get in there is just because there is a good chance statistically that we come all the way down and fill this gap down here. It's a long way, so who knows? But again, let's see what the markets give to us. We've got 10 minutes till market open. And so no trade. We're not definitely not going to take any trades right now, but we're going to leave these here as potential setups for today. And again, we're not going to trade in this zone because this is just all consolidation. And I've gotten burned trying to take trades here. You've seen me do it live. Fortunately, we've learned from those mistakes and we've been able to turn it around and actually, be profitable. But we're not taking trades in this white box. It's just not happening. All this consolidation, price has bounced here. There's why a reason why we have these lines here. Price has been bouncing. So we're not taking trades here. If it goes above, we could potentially go long. And if it comes down below, bounce and goes, we could potentially go short. This 200 right is right here, so we could see price bouncing. So we'd have to watch it to kind of see where it goes. But right now, we don't really know what we're going. We're kind of in the middle. No trade happening right now, just in this white consolidation box. We'll see what happens during market open, which is probably going to push it one way or the other. So that is US 30 or the Dow. Let's move over to DAX now. Some nice big moves. I was waiting yesterday. I was sitting on the DAX waiting for these moves, and I just, it got late in the day, so I never did it. Just after like 4 o'clock, 4:30, it just consolidated hard for like 3 hours. Didn't do much. Popped up here, but then just came back down. So not a good day trading. Like this price is actually really bad. You're not going to be making money off that unless you're some scalper where you're scalping this range. But that's not how I do it. So I definitely wasn't going to make money. And kind of having a maximum loss for the day rule that you set for yourself is pretty handy, kind of for these days, because sometimes you might not be able to identify. Like, check out this chop and this chop. Like, this was, yeah, that was Monday. That's a lot of chop. Not much happening there. This is a lot of chop on Monday. So these kind of days look exactly the same, don't they? So Monday, big up, push down, chop. This one, big up, push down, chop. Um, Kind of interesting how that's happened the last 2 days. So let's see what happens today. Let's see if we see a repeat of this push up, chop, chop. And we'll see how that coincides with everything and our zones. Because again, this is kind of looking like that push up. We've got this consolidation on. But anyway, I digress. Let's get this marked up before market open. Again, we've had price saved here, trying to save here. It tried to push up, rejected, but now we're pushing back up. Are we going to be able to break above this line over here? Kind of this level. So essentially 14,900 or something. Can we break above that and start pushing back up? Well, let's wait and see. But in the meantime, let's just draw our lines. My predicting of what the markets are going to do recently has sucked in general, but we've still been able to make money because honestly, I could care less whether we go bullish or bearish on the daily because we're not trading the daily anyways. All right, let me change these to yellow. And okay, so high and low of day. If price goes below that, where can it go? I kind of like this level just because we have the close of this day, open of this day, has all these wicks. Like it's a good area. And then if it breaks down, we have the open of yesterday and then the low of yesterday. If we go bullish, we have the high. This is a big high, honestly, because if it can break that, Then maybe we have enough momentum to then start pushing up to there, like the high of last Friday, or just keep going. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's go to our hourly, start drawing maybe some zones. Again, we're rejecting off this zone, this hourly zone right here, which I think we had it yesterday as well. Essentially right here uh, is definitely some serious resistance. So you've seen wick there, wick there, wick there, wick, 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 wick. Tried to push, still wick, 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 wick. But nine getting ready to cross the 200. Are we just going to come down here? Still, if anyone knows why my candles are showing 15-minute, my hourly candles are showing like 15 minutes, I need to just ask because the timer down here is fine. My time zone's good. My countdown settings is like 15 minutes off. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, whatever. And then what else do we have? Kind of prices come around this low of day because we have that right here, tried to right there, and then down here, and then up here, and then down here. Like this line, I would definitely say somewhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but somewhere around here is definitely some hourly support of some sort. Can make it a little bigger. Let's pull it in closer also. We're not going to be trading for that many hours, and we can actually adjust it if we need to. So let's drop down to the 5 now and see where we stand. All right, so some nice trades happened pre-market the last few days here. Some nice opportunities. But again, we have big spreads. I'm not really too interested in trying to trade it. Yeah, okay. So if it comes back below here, maybe we can trade short. Came up, rejected, came up. Does this match with anything over here? I mean, maybe, but not really. Better just stick with it right here. If this bounces again, we could essentially put where this line bounced somewhere like right there, right? These are levels. This one can go a little lower. If it breaks that, definitely going short, maybe targeting down here or something. Um, but we could keep going bullish, but we've gotten stopped here a couple times. Got stopped here a couple of times. We managed to break through now. Now, market open. Are we going to push up, try to make a new high? We're going to need to break this to keep going up to here. But we could definitely do that today. We're definitely in a bit of an uptrend right now, just since yesterday. So it's been taking its time getting there, but definitely still going. All right, and then let's duplicate this and get it on the 15th. So we're gonna do both screens again like we did yesterday. I kind of like that. So DAX on the left, I mean on the right, Dow on the left. And we've got 2 minutes till market open. We're not going to be taking a trade the first 2 minutes anyway. But let's line up our trades. So right now, honestly, depending what market open does, we could potentially, if it comes back down, like this could be, we could take a long here. Like this is essentially a pullback. So depending what goes on here and what we see, like we could see a long up there, especially maybe market open like something where it comes down and then pulls back up, and then like we can see this as a long potentially. And then if we go short somewhere down, somewhere down here, and targeting, as I said, be targeting down here. This could be targeting up there somewhere. But again, this hourly resistance, I'd probably be aiming for right here to begin with because prices stopped there before. But 1 minute before market open, let's just make sure everything's still recording. We are recording. And let me check, let me pull up my lot calculator, which I now have made some changes to, essentially to make sure I didn't have a max lot set. And yeah, yesterday I took a huge position for some weird reason, accidentally. And yeah, fortunately, it went the right way, and I was able to close out on it almost immediately and make money on it. But yeah, it could have easily gone the other way, and it's like blown my whole account too within a very short amount of time. So I set my max lots with this account. I set it my max lot to about 10 because that kind of is my max lot size. So that I would normally take on a very tight position, but it's not going to blow account if I take a 10 lot position on something. So I'm not too concerned. So I set the max lot that I can take as 10 on my calculator here. So hopefully that will keep me from whatever glitched. I wish I had it on video. As I said, I'd already quit the stream. Well, I didn't quit the stream. The stream disconnected on me for some reason. And so I just kept going and just left it like that. So let's see what we get here. So we had our initial push up, turning red. Not a new lower low yet. Again, let's be patient. We can even wait for the first 10 minutes. Like, I don't know what's happening. It's tempting to get in with after that big push up. It's tempting to get in short. But as you can see now, it's pushing back up. So let's just be patient and see what we get with price action. And probably people get sick and tired of me. I scroll around way too much. I know. And I could have it big, but I always like seeing more of the screen. I really don't need more of the screen, I know, but all right, so we're getting a push down here. Like we could have entered there. It's just so early after market open that I don't know if I want to, but I could have. DAX really pushing down. Dow trying. Definitely nice rejection off the 9. We're now through the 200. The reason I wasn't wanting to crazy about getting in right there was because of the 200 there. But we're going to wait for this first 5-minute candle. So let's see what happens. Because perhaps we wait. This comes back up for a retest, and then we can get back in. Or it's just going to suck up. And this was just kind of fake out everybody, and we start going bullish. Like this, I've definitely seen DAX where it drops, who knows, 30, 40 pips, and then it just sucks back up and we start going bullish. So let's just be patient, market open. No one's lost money being patient. I mean, if you're not getting in because of fear, that's one thing, but that's not the issue right now. Right now, we just don't want to get in impulsively, and we don't want to get in on an impulsive break, impulse candle. We're just gonna wait and see what price does, and maybe make ourselves. Let's see if we can make ourselves some money today. I admit, from what am seeing, I definitely like going bearish on things. And as I said, Dow and DAX are both kind of up at this hourly resistance, so we have a lot of room to go down. But things can always go up too, so we don't know yet. So let's wait and see what's happening. Still pushing down. It's a nice candle. Big candle on DAX. Let's get this on the 15-minute as well, just so that we can get a little bit of a different perspective. Yeah, you can see this big break, big break of our trend line here. So let's see if we can break that. If we break down, can come up and retest, then maybe we start looking for shorts. Dow is like, I don't really want to touch because look, it's bounced right here. So unless we get a good retest, it just it's going like we'd kind of be going short right where it's bounced a couple times. We'd be kind of getting in on, yeah, we have a lot of downward momentum right now, but it could be a little risky. So let's see. Yeah, big candle on DAX. Said you could have won like once it came up here and then rejected. You could have gotten in there. Um, it's aggressive, but definitely could have gone in there and got made some nice money too. But right now, like check this out. Now Dow's starting to suck back up. DAX starting to suck a little bit back up. So let's just wait and see. We've got about 20 seconds left on this first candle. Hopefully you can't hear all the jackhammers. Must be doing something there in the back outside. So let's see what we have going on here. Looks like we're still going. All right, so what are we going to get for this next candle? Again, we went down, but we rejected back up. So now we're pushing back down. But again, we're pushing back down right here. I don't really like it. So I'm going to be patient here. It was a nice drop on the DAX, but the problem with the DAX also, that's a big drop. I would expect it to come up and retest at least half of that candle. So again, half of this candle, we would expect price to potentially pull back and retest somewhere half of this candle. So kind of waiting to see what happens. I don't want to enter here if I expect it to pull back half of the candle and then go into huge drawdown. Like we could if that's your style, but I prefer to wait for it to get back here already and then kick back. Then I could be getting in a little bit more confidently. But right now, it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Um, but I don't like this big wick. We could just come down, fill this wick, and then pivot back up. So let's just wait patiently and see what price it brings. So there we have Dow pulling back up. And yeah, my charts are constantly moving. I can probably really annoying, but I don't have much else to do. So I click back and forth, and after that, etc. So let me see here. Okay, Dow's still dropping, but we're right at this 200. It hasn't, there's not much momentum right now. It definitely hasn't made a new lower low. This big wick, as I said, these both closed above the 200 or at the 200. And so I'm seeing that this 200 is perhaps holding it and we're getting a bit of a base. And we could see this start to pivot and we push on out of here. Same with DAX not pushing down, just kind of sitting here. So I want to kind of monitor. I'm definitely not in a trade yet. For me, honestly, now, like, let's be honest, my trade would be down here. So if we come down and we break this up retest, then that's something I'm interested in. But right now, this little move, just with this wick, I can't. This move would not be clean to me. And there we go. So we're getting a shoot back up. As I said, if anything, looking at this chart, I'm bullish. We had this big bearish push down, but now we're going bullish. But we're testing half of this candle, which is if it goes bearish, we'd expect it come up here and then drive down. But this chart, we're still in an uptrend. We haven't really broken it. We went through it, but now we're poking back through. This was just an impulse candle. So let's wait and see where we go. Price action, not very good because it's just wavering between these two. Again, I'm going to be waiting up here to go long. If it comes up there for DAX, if it comes up here, I'll be waiting for it to go long. So right now, we're just sitting and waiting. It's a waiting game right now. Now we are kind of getting what we would consider a retest here. Tested the 9. Uh, there we go. But let's see what happens. Again, if anything, I would be taking this long because we're still on an uptrend. Yeah, big push down, but it didn't break this low, and now it's pushing up strong. So depending where this candle closes, we could be considering going long somewhere around here. Um, but we need to be patient because I want to see it break through here first because we could just push up and reject off of that as well. So we're still in the white box here. This is kind of the white box down here. It's rejected off of this. So honestly, we could be already going long on this, but I don't like this box here, right? Like, because we kind of bounced off there, kind of bounced here. So like, to me, this is, we're not doing anything yet. All right, first 10 minutes of the market open. DAX opening up red. Let's see if we start pushing down with some momentum. Because if so, we could definitely be considering that this is going bearish. But right now, it's just consolidating. So right now, price came down, retested this. We could now see it pushing up. We technically, if this pushed up and turned green, we could try to go for a long, but it's in this consolidation box, so I'm not really wild or interested in getting in on that right now. I'd be much more interested here actually in DAX. Because we haven't broken this. So if this can turn green, push up, I want to see it break this 9 here. And we could see it continuing to push up perhaps. But again, no trade as of yet. Let the market come to you, my friend. Let the market come to you. Don't be afraid of waiting, but then don't be afraid to pull the trigger. As I said, we're snipers here. We wait for our shot, and then we take it. You can't be afraid either. You know, snipers, they'll school. They'll make you sit there for 8 hours, staring down your barrel, doing nothing. Got to keep your concentration, show you the target. You got to be ready to pull that trigger at any instance, and you can't hesitate. You can't be afraid. So you have to balance caution when you're trading. Like again, right? You got to be cautious. Wait for your shot, but then just take it. Don't worry about it. We know that 50% of the time we're going to miss with my win rate, and 50% of the time we're going to make it. That's okay. But we need to maximize our chances so that we can be ready. Now, I like how Dow's turning green here. So let's see what happens. Can we break this? Let's see if we pull out, could break through here and then get a little pullback and then up. I don't really like these wicks all here, right? And we've got the 9 here as well. So taking it now, honestly, if it was slightly higher or something, or this 9 was slightly below, I'd probably be taking it now. But just with these wicks and this 9, I want to wait a minute just to see what price is going to do here. And if we do enter, probably have my stop below that wick. So some big candles on DAX, but let's see what happens here. We've got one more minute. Let's not be impatient. We could have entered right here on the impulse, but we've got all these wicks. So let's see if we can come up. Yeah, it's flying. As I said, I enter in the pullback, so like yeah, we could feel bad about missing it, but let's not feel bad about missing it. And let's just wait for our setup, which would be a breakthrough, pull. But now we'll wait for a pullback. 34 seconds, it closes. If it closes maybe here, we expect a pullback half of this green candle. So let's say here, but I'd like to see it hit this green line perhaps, and then momentum, and then we get in. So let's wait and see. Definitely had a nice breakthrough. Dow trying, but rejecting. Like it's rejected this a lot of times. So this is the why. This is the consolidation zone. We're not trading in this consolidation zone. We're waiting for it to break through. So let's just wait and see. All right, new candle. Now, can we get a pullback at least to the 9? Pull back to the 9. Stop loss somewhere down here. Dow pulling back to the 9. Rejected off right here where we had that line. So we don't want to be entering in now hoping it'll swing through because like this line here's for a reason. So again, this is why we waited. Now look at it pulling but coming back down hard. So impulse candle up, pulling back down. It's now retested where we set. So now it's a big candle though. Like that's a big candle in 1 minute. So let's see what happens now. If we can get a bit momentum now to swing back and start pushing up out of here. But ooh, Dow breaking down. But again, this is an impulse candle down. So is it just going to come down here and now swing back up? Maybe we come down here and then swing back up. Like we don't know yet. So let's just wait and see. See now, this is reversing. Let's see what happens here. Because this could just have come down and now start pushing out of here still. So we don't really know yet. Got to wait and see what price dictates. Let's look at the 15-minute. We got our first 15-minute candle. First 15-minute candle was bullish, and then big bearish candle coming down. So let's see where this would test half of the candle, kind of right here. Like we'd expect that. Now, will we pivot up, or are we just going to push down? A lot of room. Bearish on both of these. But again, we can't touch this one until it's below here because we've had price bounce so many times off of this. Potentially, if it pulled back up and then showed us a nice look, we could try to get in for a little scalp. But it might be a bit risky. Right now, I don't really know what price is doing, so we're just going to continue watching and monitoring. I'm still more bullish on this right now, unless we break down below this. But right now, DAX could swing up. And I've seen, it could push down, push way up, come back down, but then it could swing back up. So let's just wait and see. It's still hard to tell. It hasn't really broken down, like closed below here. It's trying to, but we've rejected. Yeah, we're rejecting this 200 again. Like this 200 has been a rock with price closing below it. So far, it's tried 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth time it's tried. Now it's gone below it, but it hasn't been able to close below it at all on the Dow. So let's wait and see. All right, so it's tempting to want to get in and buy this, right? But again, equal lows. We can see price now just shoot back up. Like we've seen that happen. So what is going to happen here? I would love to, maybe see a bit of a retest and then push down. Or we maybe push down farther, come back up, retest, and then we get in. But right now, again, Dow's kind of at the low where we've been rejected multiple times at the support line. DAX kind of broken through here, but now we're in the consolidation zone, which honestly, should we be trading that? Possibly not. But let's wait and see. All right, I'm in short somewhere right around here. Price up there. Yeah, big suck up. May not have been a good idea, but we did see a little pullback and then push, but we may reject. Let's see. Maybe got in a little bit too soon, but we started pushing. I like how we made a new low. Like over here, we broke down below it. Did not suck up, push down. So now I'm looking for a bigger move to push down at least to the 200 here. So let's wait and see. I like that big bearish candle. Like it's a nice candle. A lot of bearish momentum. So let's see now if we can keep that going. But coming up with a vengeance also could be viewed as a really nice retest. Like this is probably what we should have been waiting for. So now let's see if it rejects. We probably entered a little too soon. Rejecting nicely there. If I hadn't entered, I'd probably be entering right now when that turned red. Like we had a nice rejection of this line. So maybe my entry would have been like maybe got in a little too soon. We did wait for that second candle and then that breakdown, but again, we probably entered a little early. Would have been better to wait for that retest. When it broke down there, we could have entered right here, so we could have entered a little higher. Now it still may go, but I would have entered right there. Could have put that stop loss a little higher as well. But let's wait and see what happens now. 1 minute left in this 5 minute candle, so let's see. Again, we might anticipate price coming high for that candle. So honestly, my stop loss should have been a bit tighter, a lot bigger. My stop loss should have been honestly up here. So a bit of a misplaced stop loss, perhaps. It is above the trend line, but not by much. So we will be stopped out here if we're not careful. Let's see what price does up here in the next 30 seconds. Are we going to reject off this trend line? Or are we going to get stopped out? Let's see my stop loss. I think I'm just looking MT4 because my MT5 because not exactly matching up. So my stop loss, yeah, kind of like up there. Closing next 15 seconds. This would be a retest. Should have waited. Maybe entered a little too soon, but it was still pushing down. We had said we'd take a trade under here, but it's really the consolidation zone. We probably should have been waiting below here. So let's see now which price is going to do. Are we going to drive up? Or are we, was this the pullback we needed? And now we're going to see ourselves continue to drive back down towards 200. Definitely have some downward momentum in general, but let's see. So we're definitely opening up bearish. Can we break through this, or are we going to just reach, check it, and then keep going up? Let's see. Dow's looking to push through. Let's see if we can break that, or we're just going to bounce. This might have been just a retest. Let's get rid of that right now because we're not in any of those trades. Kind of saw our setups for the day. Now let's see what happens. So we're definitely going down. We're rejecting. It's nice. Can we make a new lower low? Let's see. We gapped down on this 1 minute candle here. Let's see if we can push down, make a new lower low here, and then get some momentum to keep pushing. I think we had some news dropping at 3:30, right? For the Swiss. I don't know why manufacturing PMI CHF, which is the Swiss franc, I think, right? Yeah, 3 minutes. I don't think it shouldn't have too much of effect. Dow's still pushing. So trying to break this now. Now, can we come down here, retest, and then keep pushing down? Let's see. It's definitely trying. DAX is trying as well. I never get into two trades at the same time on these indices because they move in tandem a lot. So I'm just in DAX right now, and we're gonna see what happens. Kind of committed to DAX. I said on the hourly chart, on DAX, we've rejected it. We kind of come up here twice, and a big rejection down. So I'd like to see this continue to push. It may not though. So let's wait and see where this candle closes in the next 2 minutes. Still pushing down. Dow still breaking down. DAX trying to make a new lower low. Again, if you don't like how it looks, you can get out at break even, which is where I am, but I think we're going to push. And there we go. We're in profit. Let's see if we can break kind of this low here. Do have to break this 200. Then we have this level here. But we're definitely still pushing down, which is really good. So let's continue. Big push. You can move break even now if you want with this news dropping in 2 minutes or it bouncing off this green line. But I think we've got a lot of momentum going. Let's see if we can keep pushing. I made a move to break even just on such a big move, but let's wait. I'm not going to yet. You can follow my chart. We may bounce here, so just be warned. News could also be enough to push us through it, but let's just wait and see where this candle goes. I do have my finger on the trigger to move my stop loss to break even. If this comes up really fast, I may, but right now we're still pushing. And we've got a lot of momentum, so let's see if we can keep that going into the new half hour. Now again, momentum could switch on the new half hour, so just be warned. Um, let's continue riding this. I like our momentum. And again, Dow, beautiful, like beautiful breakdown here on the Dow. But we're in it, so beautiful break. Kind of came out and retest. Now we're breaking. Now we're below it. So let's see what happens again. Where could we expect price to go if we close here? Price come up, test half of this green line, half of this red candle, and then continue to push down. That would be break even. So do you want to move your price to break even? Feel free. Uh, I haven't yet because I expect price to come back up here. You could move your price up here because if it comes to go went all the way here and then comes all the way back up here, it's probably going down. But let's see. All right, where is this gonna push? We're still pushing down, coming up. Where's our retest? Are we gonna at least retest the 200? Maybe just this box, maybe the 200, maybe the red. If it comes up above that, then you might want to get out for a very small loss, right? Because that the price has gone a long way. So if it sucks back up, it's probably then gonna go bullish. But I like the looks of it right now. I think we're in a solid trade. We might have entered a little early on this instead of waiting for that official retest and entering in a little higher as well. So we could have been a little bit more in profit, but that's okay. In general, I like where we are. We could have even entered, you could even be entering here. Like this is why we have this green line. Wait for maybe a little retest up here. And then, yeah, there we go. And then just push down. So I have really nowhere to trail my stop loss right now, right? Because like you could trail your stop loss, but where would you put it? Like the nearest you can put it is right here. So you could make it a little smaller if you want, but there's nowhere else. Like we're gonna expect at some point price is gonna have to come up here. And then hopefully it doesn't come all the way up and knock us out. But right now I have nowhere else to put my stop loss, which is why I'm still in it. Now you could exit with 1R right now, which is where we're sitting right now, but we've got so much momentum going. Like we could see this easily. I'd say we push down to this other yellow line, right? Like this would be my target. We've broken the low of day. We're gonna expect a pullback of some sort. So let's see how much of a pullback we get. And then let's hope that we can come all the way down to like, let's aim for this yellow line. Like I like that. Move your stop loss a little bit if you want. So mine's right above that previous high, that previous swing high, whatever. It's right above there now. But we're gonna expect price to come up. Like that's a huge drop. It's gonna have to come up half of this candle, maybe just to the 200, maybe half of this candle, maybe up all the way up to the 9. Um, but I'm seeing a lot of downward momentum. So let's see what happens here. I'm still in it. We're expecting this, right? Price won't go down forever, so we're expecting it. There's a reason I didn't move my stop loss to break even because this is where I expected price to go. Now we it could just keep going and then we look stupid, but we look like geniuses if it doesn't. So take your pick. So yeah, we're now back essentially at break even. But again, this is part of the process. We expect this. I'm putting my stop loss at my initial spot, which was risking 0.5%, so it's kind of like up there. Um, but let's see what happens now. So let's look at it on the 15. So 15 again on the 15, we could expect to test half of this candle somewhere here, and then maybe push back down. So same Dow's coming and retest now. So let's just see where it happens. We're now in a little bit of drawdown. That's okay. Again, if we come back up into this consolidation, maybe we're done trading for the day. Like it's just going to be because you're not going to be able to go long until it's like way up here. So let's just wait and see. I like that. I like that beautiful initial move. Like it was just a nice move. and we're still in it. So we've gotta retrace. So just plan on it. Like we had to come back up. Now hopefully we can start pushing back down and we keep dropping. Like that's our goal. Let's see if Dow rejects here. We've got another 50 seconds in this candle. See where we close in the next 20 seconds. Love to see Dow close below the screen line. Love to see DAX close, below this green line as well, preferably, below 200. Don't know if that's going to happen, but there's a little bit of push. As I said, there's our we're gonna always have retracements. Price moves in waves. So again, I told you we didn't have anywhere to put our stop loss because we had wave, pullback, wave. Is this the pullback? And then wave down. Like that's possibly what we're getting here. That's how price moves. So that's kind of what I'm waiting here for. So now if we can get a breakdown, now maybe you have somewhere where you can trail your stop loss to right here. But right before that, stop loss here, there was nowhere else to put it. So let's wait and see what happens with price now on the 5 minute. Really only did come up half of that candle. Like this was a big move. So now DAX rejecting and Dow rejecting, pushing down. Let's see what happens. DAX still pushing up, but it's slowed down. But now we're getting another big push up. So let's see what happens. Maybe just another retest before pushing down. You got to give these things room to breathe. Like it broke down here. Could have exited at 1R. Like honestly, that was good, but it broken down below there. So I figured, well, let's aim for the bigger move. So let's now see. Maybe we got greedy. Maybe we should have taken it for 1R. But could have even trailed to break even and just gotten stopped out at break even. But again, the reason I didn't go to break even is we didn't have anywhere to put a stop loss. So we're just going to stay in it. We definitely have a lot of downward pressure right now. I've got the 9 coming down towards the 200. We've already crossed the 200. Sure, we rejected, but we already blew through it once. We're kind of in this consolidation zone now. So let's just wait and see what happens with price. Dow trying to break down. Like Dow, honestly, you could be getting in short, possibly. Like it looks like a good short, honestly. Came up, rejected. I'd like to see a little bit more momentum first, um, but it would definitely be a possibility. DAX still driving up. Not really been able to break that green line, which honestly should be red now. This is on the 15-minute, right? So we told you that's kind of a maybe come up, retest half of this on the 15-minute. Could push up all the way to the 9, which is kind of where our stop is. But let's wait and see. Again, Dow looking really good for possible short as well. I mean, I would be getting ready to short the Dow if it showed me some momentum down, but right now it's not, and I'm already in DAX, so I can't. But I do like how it looks, although we are pushing up. But it might just push up here to the 9, and then we reject down. So let's just be patient, see what happens. I'll map this one out. Like to me, that would be a nice trade. If it broke down, maybe put your stop loss up above the 9, right? Like you could put it up here. DAX really driving up. We're probably going to get knocked out of this trade, unfortunately. Retesting this trend line. Can we reject it, or are we just going to push up? I have a feeling we're going to push up, but maybe we get lucky. We're not going to move our stop loss. We're in at 50 bucks. If it hits that, then we're out. Like my guess was it wasn't going to come above there. Sure, you could have put even a bigger stop loss up here, but it's a bit unrealistic in my book. So I'm right there. So yeah, like my stop loss somewhere like right there. So we are rejecting a little bit here on the 1. We've rejected this level equals, like, can we close below here? Let's see how this candle closes. Big opening candle. Is this going to knock us out, or are we going to just open up green and then come back down? Dow tried to go up, couldn't. Let's see. DAX may just knock us out and then drop like a rock too. But let's continue monitoring. We have our stop loss in a good spot. Like I'm happy with it. That 9 is holding it. Price to now if we can see this turn around, maybe we start picking up a move. Dow's trying to break down. That went up, turns red. If it came down here, this is maybe where I'd be entering if I wasn't already in a position on Dow. I mean DAX. I like this rejection on DAX. This is looking good. What was the news, honestly, for this anyways? Worse than expected. Dow trying to push down. DAX kind of went up, came back down, wasn't able to can break down farther. So let's just keep waiting. Got a bit of a downtrend right now. See if it can maintain that. Now, if we'd had a tight top off right here, we would have been knocked out right there. So hence why I always put a tick or two above. Usually we still may be knocked out, especially if we just had a big gap up on the 1 thing. Let's see what happens though. But always put a tick or two above. A lot of times you'll be amazed how many times you get just ticked out. So just put your stop a couple of ticks above. It's not going to hurt you, and it's not going to affect anything in the long run. So, all right, let's see. What do we got going on here? Yeah, just consolidating. Again, also would not expect it. Surprise me if this pokes up a little bit, tries to knock out some more stops before dropping down. Because once that candle there, people are putting stops here, going short, and then they go poke up one more time, stop a bunch of people out, and then drop. Okay, Dow could definitely be in Dow. As I said, I'm already in DAX, but that's the look. There we go. Came up, retested, rejected. I'm in on that candle. So that's a good entry for me if I was trading Dow, but I'm already in DAX, so I'm not going to try to take another trade. I'm just hoping that Dow will continue following suit. So far, my trade is not invalidated. Um, Dow dropping like a rock would have been a nice entry, nice trade. Because yeah, you could have put your stop up here if you wanted. If you wanted tight, you could have put it here. So a few places where you could have put your stop. It's dropping like a rock. Let's see now if we can get Dow to follow suit with it. Uh, I like a short on here. As I said, we're still in a downtrend. We expect pullbacks. Nowhere really to put price still though. Like we had that big candle here. So let's just see if the price can equal those here though. So let's see. Almost back down to our entry point here. 1 minute left in this 15-minute candle. How are we looking on the 15? So that's a nice rejection on the 15. Like for the Dow, that's a beautiful trade. You enter here, you're going down here. Like that's a great trade. Like if I wasn't already in DAX, I would have been in this one for sure. That's a beautiful trade. We could get the same thing here on DAX. I hope so. Like hopefully it follows suit with this because um, we had this nice retest. We said 15. So if it closes below this red line here in 31 seconds, like that's a good start. And then if we can continue to push down, that would be great. But let's see what happens in the next 20 seconds. Because right where it is could also turn green. Super bullish. I'm hoping for the latter. Former. I don't know. Whatever. 7 seconds. Bunch of equal highs here. Wick, 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 wick. Now, let's see what happens with this candle. Open in red. Good indication. Nice. Now, is it going to just now turn green? That is the question. Got the 9 there holding it. Got the downtrend. It's broken the uptrend. It's still below on the short-term downtrend. Like it still looks like a good trade. But which way is it going to go? Still hard to tell. So we've already been in this trade for way longer than I wish. Like when did we get into it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like 30 minutes already. Oof, it's a long trade. But we're below the 9. Below these, we're below both. Like we're like it looks good. Dow has broken down, and I can try like again. Let's see if this can. It's gonna have to come up a little bit, maybe pick up a little bit more, a few more bits, and then push back down. Let's see. DAX is kind of just consolidating. We could get out for a little bit of a loss right now if we wanted, but I like how it looks. And if it dropped down, I'd be kicking myself that I wasn't still in it because of this. Um, because essentially it broke down. This is just a retest, and then breaks down again. So not gonna get out of it. We're in it, and we're gonna see what happens. Trying to push down. Just consolidating right now on the one. But yeah, Dow would have been a beautiful move. I like how Dow looks better than DAX. Honestly, this price action is beautiful. This is a little bit messy. It looked better when we entered because it wasn't right above here. Like, see, this wasn't in a good spot, which is why we went with Dow. Okay, we're back in pro. We're essentially at break even now. So what do we do? Eh, we're on this train. So let's keep it breaking down. Dow's breaking down beautifully. Made a new lower low. Now let's see what happens with DAX, whether we bounce off this 200 um, or if we can continue to push down. Like I said, we've been waiting for this move for a long time. I don't want to just suddenly move to break even now because I'm scared and I want to get out of the trade. No, relax. Um, we're either going to lose some on this trade. We're either going to lose 50 bucks on this trade, 0.5%, or we're going to make money. So let's wait and see. That's a beautiful candle. So now, are we going to reject off this green line? Because essentially, I think this has been support before. But can we turn this support into resistance? Can we break through, bounce, and then go? Let's see. We definitely have the downward momentum still. I would like to see a little bit of a pullback soon. So get a couple little candle pullback and then drive so we can get it like a kind of get some better action, price action here. Like that's a great candle, but what goes down that fast can also come up that fast, right? Because if we look at that on the one, like, okay, we're right here. We need to, now, are we going to bounce off of it? Like, and I'm kind of getting ready to possibly close out if we do, but I'd like to see it break down, and I think we will. Like, Dow's breaking down. Can we see this break down, or just a little pullback and then break down? Let's see. We're still in it right now, though. Still down. 1 more minute left in this candle. 5 minutes. Still looking good. Let's go look at the 15. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, check this out. Retest, breakdown. This, I'd love to see this 15 minutes. So in the next 10 minutes, close below here. But again, uh, I'd expect, let's see if we get a little pullback here. Definitely pulling back, but how much are we going to pull back is the question. 5 seconds left. So we've kind of rejected this line. Now, let's see what happens with price here. We're going to push up or we're going to push down. Could go either way. Again, if you don't like it, I'm not really liking the price action right now. So I may be looking to get out if this doesn't keep breaking down because now we're bouncing. We're not able to make a new low here. We need to break through this 200. Dow is continuing to look pretty good. Yeah, we rejected, but we made a new lower low here. So let's see what happens here. Dow trying to push. DAX trying to push. We're at break even still. We still got a lot of downward pressure on DAX here. Price action is not great. And the reason honestly I'm still in it is because we got Dow pushing down too, but I don't like how it looks right now, especially with this wick here, big wick, 200 supporting it. But let's see if we can break down. We're trying. We had a big wick up, but now we've kind of slowed down here. So now let's see. We did need a pullback. We got a pullback. Now let's see if we can continue to push. There we go. I said sometimes these big moves, they're fun to see, but they come back just as quick or quicker. Okay. Okay. Got movement. Yeah, this Dow move was absolutely gorgeous. Already would have been at like, 1.5 R. But that's okay. Now let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can break this wick and continue to push down. Like we need that to happen, otherwise we suck back up. And I don't want to suck back up. Like honestly, at this point, I'm going to be getting ready to move break even just because I'm not liking the price action. And if we reject here again, we could easily start pushing up. The reason I'm not is this has been pushing down still, so I'm kind of watching both at the same time. But we are building a bit of a base. This may be something where I might move my stop to just right above this candle, and we just see what happens. If we exit for like $5 loss. But let's wait and see. Still, price is just hovering right now, not doing much. Let's see what it does. We've got 2 minutes on this candle, minute 30, 90 seconds. About $8 are in profit right now. Dow's continuing to push down, which is why I feel like DAX will do the same thing and follow suit. If we can get a close below this 200 on this candle in the next minute, that would be beautiful. Yeah, this Dow trade. Thing of beauty. All right. DAX breaking down. Can we actually get it to break and close now? That's the question. What's going to happen in this minute? So I will admit, I am now moving my stop loss to right here because we've got a new hourly candle. We now have a bit of a swing point where I can move my stop loss. So I'm giving myself 10 bucks, So if it comes back up, then I want to be out because then we're essentially double bottom and I think we're going to push up. But this is breaking down beautifully. Just a gorgeous trade. Dang. Let's see if DAX can do the same thing. And if we break this low, I'm going to break even because I just want to be, it's been a long trade. We need to break this equal low though. 8 seconds left. I'm at break even. Listen, if it pops back up, like I'm just done right now. Like I'd prefer to just be out, but we are struggling, so let's see if we can continue to push. We need to break this now. Let's break this. We just have too many wicks here and too much consolidation. This, wick, wick. We need to move. We do have the 200 now above us. We've closed below the 200. So let's see what happens. $10 stop. Let's see if we can break this. 5 minutes left on this on the hourly. So Dow was definitely the great move of the day. That would have been a glorious trade to catch. We didn't catch it. That's okay. Now we just need Dow to break, DAX to break. We need it down here. So let's wait and see. Got the 200 above, got the 9 above there. Our stop is actually right above the 9, so we've got some protection above us before it hits our stop loss. Even though it's only a $10 stop loss now, it's a tiny stop loss. But that's because at this point, if it goes up there, we've bounced here so many times that I want to be out of it. Price action is just not good. It's not like this or something. So let's see. It's been trying, but all right. Trying to break down again. We need to see it actually break down here. Let's see what the new hourly. It should be a decently hourly. This should be a decent. Yeah, we're trying. It's gonna. So we're gonna. This kind of a. Is it gonna drop below? Can we close? Like, let's see. Trying. It's trying. Just needs to push. There. At that right there. Nice. Okay. So let's now see what the hourly brings us now. It'd be nice if it closed below this red line, but at least closes below the green. If it sucks back up again, we're gonna be out of it. So again, at this point, we've got a minute and a half left to market open. Might as well stay at 10 bucks, right? Like we lose 10 bucks, not a big deal. That's where that's the latest swing kind of came down, went up, went down, went up, went up. Like you could put it right here, but I would anticipate price coming back up there easily. So let's put it up here and see what happens. I'd love to see this break down in the next hour. 90 seconds left on the hourly. We did break this low here, so now let's see if we can continue to push down out of here or if we're going to swing back up. We do now have the 200 above us. We've got the 9 above us. This 9 is coming down towards our break-even point, which is nice, providing a little more protection of the stop loss. Um, like, yeah, we've had to wait for this trade forever. Like, it's just been toying with our emotions. We entered, where did we enter? Over here? Yeah, we entered right there. Came down beautifully, sucked all the way back up. We're now back here. We're nicely in profit a little bit. We're up 13 pips or so. Now, what does the new hourly bring us? So 30 seconds left in this hourly candle. Do we suck way up? Do we push down? Let's see. 20 seconds. Let's look at where the 15 closes. So almost came down to 200. That would have been, as I said, 2.6. That would have been a beautiful trade there. And that was with a generous stop loss. Honestly, if I had entered into that, I probably would have entered with a different stop loss. So let's find out which way we open. We anticipate price coming up half of this candle. Wait, why is it showing us our original stop loss? I don't know. Anyway, let's see what happens. Depending how price acts, I might move my stop loss to break even. Because as I said, we've been in this way too long. But it looks like we may manage to push down. And if we can break this low over here, we're well on our way to keep going bull or bearish for the day. Still pushing. All right, so I'm at break even now. I'm done with this. Way too many rejections here. So we need to push down now. If it comes up, so be it. I've got the 200 above me. If I get out of it, like whatever, I'm done. I'm ready to be done with the trade, and then we look for another one. But yeah, everything's pushing down, and we've got a long ways to run. Like as I said, I would love to see it come down to here. It could just bounce here now and go back up. Which if it does, I'm out. Like I'm just done. Like I can't handle it. Looking slightly possible. Really want to see it break. At this point now, we're looking for it to break here. Price action's been pretty choppy on the way down, but we have worked our way down. So, as I said, we do have 209 here. So maybe we're able to continue pushing down. Just have a couple little pullbacks. We could even pull back up to here or something, and then continue down. On the 15-minute, like where would we expect price to go? Break even, honestly, which is kind of where my stop loss is, which is what I say you shouldn't do. um, but yeah, essentially right here. So we could see this starting to barcode, and if so, that's why I want out. Because if it pushes all the way up here, like I'm done. I'm done. I've just been in it too long. And now price, yeah, starting to push back up. But we would expect price to have to retrace a bit, which it dropped quite a ways, but oof, yeah. Let's see what happens. Could also just pick up some bids and then drop like a rock again, like that. It's possible. Coming up. strong. All right, where are we gonna go? Looks like we're gonna get stopped out if we aren't already stopped out. We're not stopped out yet, but we're close. And if we get stopped out and then it drops like a rock, I'll be pretty ticked off. I guess I could risk $10 on the day, right? Because honestly, that is where I could see price going. So there's kind of our retest area. Let's see if we now get a drop or if it's going to just continue going bullish. If it does, we're out $10. Not a big deal. But I could see this 9. I want to give it a chance to bounce off this 9 at that wick right there. Nope. All right. Well, hey, it was a worthy trade. We were in that thing for a while and we tried. Dang. So what did we lose on that trade? Yep, $10. All right. So it did not go the way we are thinking of. Really consolidated, but this is why we have stops, and that's why we got out. Like we gave it a chance off that 9, but now we're just going. So now, again, we could consider if it comes up, closes, like going long. Like it would not take much for me to. Oop, I can keep that on the chart because I'd like to see that later. So it would not could take me much to convince me to go long on a retest. Especially after this big low here, kind of pickups and stuff. But let's see. Could also just consolidate here now for a while. Especially Dow could come up here, retest, reject, and then continue to drive down too. So kind of just monitoring, kind of seeing what we have here. As I said, if we did Dow, that's kind of the trade that I would envision. This is too messy now with DAX unless we go long. Definitely short. It just we tried twice and couldn't. DAX, I mean Dow, we've moved and nicely came down, moved down, came up, retested, kind of knocked out stops here. Now we could see this continuing to drop down. as well. So we're gonna wait and see what happens here. Definitely not doing anything yet. All right, I'm going short, hit our line there, turn colors, we're in. Stop up there. Now, should we have entered with 18 seconds left? Because it could easily turn back. Maybe not. But as I said, I'm still bearish right now on especially Dow specifically. So it gave us a good look. Good, nice retest. Big momentum candle down. So now let's see what we get here with this new candle. Again, maybe my stop should have been up here. It wasn't. So nice retest. So let's see now if we can break this 9 and keep pushing down. Otherwise, we're just going to pivot back up. Now I'd like to see this actually start pushing down here. We need to have this push down. And again, this is not a reversal. This is how I would normally trade because yeah, retest dropped, came up, retested again, but rejected hard. And we could have waited, but I would have been entered by then for sure. So for me, this is a good trade. We did wait until pretty much the end of the candle, but if we reject off this 9, we're going to continue pushing up. So I really want to see us continue pushing down. I think we have a lot of room to push down, especially down to here. So I'm still in this for a bigger move. Again, bigger move got me in trouble in DAX. We could have been out in 1 hour. We were not, but let's see what happens. We're trying to still break down on the Dow. Haven't been able to, which does that mean we're now going to pivot? Eh, possibly, very possibly. Need this to close and drop. There we go. Gap down, dropping. Can we break that low? Not equal lows. This equal low is killing me here. Let's see this drop. It's just hovering. Trying to go down lower though, so let's give it some time. There we go, starting to break down. There we go. I've seen this look before. Comes down, wicks above it, knocks out stops, and then keeps dropping. So doesn't mean it actually will, but the look is familiar. Because Yeah, now, do we get a big push up here? Got a minute left on this candle. Really would like to see it close below the 9. DAX is broken down again. What do we look like on the 15 here? Test, test, barcoding essentially. So we're going to push up out of here, or we're going to reject off that 9 and push down to the 200. Like for me, I'd like to see this, which I can see easily happening now. Came down, retested, dropped lower, came up, retested. Now we're at what happens now. Let's see how we open on this 15. We're going to test half of this candle anyways, which then do we want to consider at least moving our stop loss? I don't know. Let's see what happens. But moving back to our 5-minute indecision. Can we break this low here? Or are we going to push up? Pushing. Pushing beautifully. Big push. Now we think it's going to test half of that 15-minute candle. So let's mark that because we need to break below that, right? So kind of like right there. Those, maybe those lows right here. So let's continue to watch. Still breaking down though. Again, you can't move your stop loss to break even. You would expect price to come back up here and retest possibly. So if you wanted to risk another $10, I'd put it like above that 5-minute, like you could. But it's not looking very good. But let's see. Could keep pushing down. Right now, rejecting off that. As I said, we do expect the price to come back up and retest that, so maybe it kind of did. Now it dries up a little higher and then just continues to push down. So let's see. Market's been slow today. These trades have been taking forever. Also, probably because the market isn't moving much anymore. Ah, look at DAX start to break down. So, if we'd stayed in, we could have been in profit a little bit. I'm going to take that one off because we never did take that trade. Looks like it may continue to break down. Dow unable to decide what it's going to do, but this could be the retest halfway point of the green candle, which we did, and then a push up. So let's wait. Let's wait and see what happens. We are in a downtrend, which is why we came down, retest, came down, retest, down, retest, down, retest, down, retest, down. So we're going with the trend here. So we still could get out of here with some profit. I would like to see a bigger push. I'd like to see a big push down here. There it is. I'd like to see us break the previous low on the 1. So I'd like to see a break here. I don't want to just end up barcoding or just suck back up. So let's see what we get here within the next last minute. Again, test half of this red candle. Now, can we push back down, or are we just going to push back up? 30 seconds left of the on this 5-minute candle. I do like the downward pressure. Like we see these big green. Yes, it comes up green, but we have these big red candles here. So can we keep pushing down, or are we building a base to push back up bullish? That's the question that we don't quite have an answer to yet. I think we'll get a little bit more clarity. Let's see where we close in 5 seconds. If we can push down, break this low here, we could definitely keep pushing down. So opening up, there we go. So opening up bearish. Let's see now if we can have enough momentum to push down out here. If we suck back up, maybe we go to a break even. And again, momentum not with it. Momentum won't be with us. But let's see if we can continue to push now. Slightly lower low, maybe. See if we test up, come test half this candle up by the 9 and then continue to push down. Yes. All right, I'm at break even now. Enjoy the risk-free trade. Now let's see if we can get it down to the previous low. Or farther. Honestly, like that's a beautiful move. And we could, all right, analysis-wise tells us like I would like to see it come fill this wick over here to the left, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It could just turn back up and knock us out, but I'm at break even now. My break even is kind of above all the consolidation that just happened. So equal blows on the, there we go. There goes DAX finally breaking down. See, if we hadn't moved our stop loss at all, we would have been fine. But again, I didn't see that and I didn't like the price action. This is very nasty price action. Much better price action on Dow right now. So yeah, watch that drop down. So nice price action over here compared to all these wicks and just choppiness over here. So I'm glad we're in it. If we get knocked out, get knocked out. You could exit now for 1R if you want. I'm going for 2R because I think price will go there. Maybe even more depending on how price moves, or maybe I'll take off 80%. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. It's a bit too soon to tell. We could just get knocked out, break even. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. See, like I really like my body screaming to get out now. But analysis tells me price will at least come back down here. So why am I trying? Why would I think of getting out? So I'm trying to get a little bit better at letting my runners run. And honestly, if they don't run or they come back on us, that's okay. That's okay. But let's trust our analysis and not leave. Why would we exit here when we anticipate like it came up, retested? We're expecting price to come back down here. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But DAX just made a new lower low. I would like to see Dow make a new lower low. I'd love to see this push now. And we expect some retracement. So get ready to watch your ready to watch some of your profits disappear, retrace a bit, and then continue to push. So let's see what happens here. We've got a new candle, a new 5-minute candle in about a minute. So still pushing down, still pushing down. spread's pretty wide right now, 2.25. So I don't know if there's what's going on. Usually, yeah, now it's 1.25, so it's moving back and forth. Again, if you don't like where if you like where this is, or you want to get out now that it's kind of consolidating, and you want to get out with 1R, go for it. It's a good opportunity. But you're going to harm yourself if you always get out too early. Then you mess up your, risk to reward ratio, which again is sort of a myth. But if you exit out your winners early all the time, you're going to harm yourself. This is still pushing down, showing no indication of reversing. So why would we get out? So we're just going to continue hanging in there. You could trail your stop now if you want. Maybe put it above there, but we're just going to keep going. New candle. Let's see what happens. We're going to drive up to the 9, half of this candle, 9, or we're just going to keep pushing. I mean, I would love to see it keep pushing, but let's see. Maybe pulls up to here and rejects. We're at break even anyway, so we're winning for the day. This is probably going to be my last trade for the day anyways, and if I get knocked out of it for break even, so be it. I could exit for 50 bucks, for 1R as well. But I just like how this looks, so let's wait and see. I would anticipate it to test half of this candle, which is where we are now. So how far are we going to push above it? Could come up and test the 9. I mean, if we go above that, then we're pretty much, my idea of it going farther down is kind of negated for now. But rejecting off it beautifully. So reject this. Can we see this turn red? Continue to push. If so, then we trail our stop. We can put our stop up here. Like that would be a nice place for a stop. If this turns red, I love it when these things actually go the way you think they will. Just just beautiful. So let's wait and see. Still hasn't turned red, but nice rejection. So let's see now if we can push down. I really would like this to push down. Not that way. Come on. So still retesting this line. Let's see. So about 2 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. So we'll have a new 15-minute candle coming. Let's see. Let's say if we're saved by the 9, this red line, the 9, half of that candle, bottom of this, or if it's just going to drive up. If so, then, we're out of it. And that's okay. That'll probably be just a break even day for us. I mean, it'll be down 10 bucks, but for me, that I would consider that a break even day, right? But let's see what happens here. 1 minute left. DAX kind of a retest, so you can consider possibly even getting in on short on DAX if we reject this, turn red. Like that would be a lot of room now left, so like that could be a potential nice short. But again, I'm already in this one, so I'm not going to be entering in this one. Now it's gone through all this nasty price action. Now price action is starting to look a bit cleaner, especially if this turns red. Like not right now, obviously, but maybe price stops here, retests a little bit with the new candle, and then drops. But again, rejecting that red candle, rejecting the 9, rejecting half of the candle. Let's see if we close below this red line or above it. Someone asked me, half of the candle, do you put your red line including the wicks or the body? I don't know. Depends. Like I wouldn't put it right there, so half the candle would probably be right there. So I think the whole thing depends, I guess. Big push up, but let's see where we close. Testing that 9 now. Can we reject it? I mean, I like the fact that we're in profit and we're at break even, right? So this is not stressful. I mean, I just wish we could make money today, but that's okay if we don't. Definitely driving up with some vigor. Let's see if we reject this 9 though. So unless we get rejected pretty fast, we're going to be knocked out of this. Continuing to push up. If we rejected here, that would be real nice. Not appearing like it will, though. Looks like we're going to end up kind of ranging. But, let's see. Maybe we get lucky. We don't get knocked out. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I would like to I would like to make some money today. But I'm not going to let that want to make money cause me to be stupid either. So, if we reject 9, turn red, push down. Okay, great. Stops up here anyways. So let's see what happens now. Maybe we have enough momentum to push down. Could reject off this red line. Or we could push down all the way here. So let's see. See if we can see what happens. All right, so we're back at like $42 in profit. So we're up 15 pips. But are we going to just reject off this red line, or can we push down now and make a new lower level? So it trailed my stop slightly, so now it's right about there, which essentially is break even, right? Like, but we're still pushing down. Spreads are pretty big right now, 2.25 on US 30, but we're pushing down. Got a minute left on the 5, so let's see if we can continue to push down. This 15-minute candle especially looks nice. Can we push down to the 200? Especially looks good on DAX too. You could be going in short on DAX. I'd like to see it now. So it's broken this. Can we close below it? Or can we even close below here? Like this would be my next goal. So we definitely rejected the 9. Can we close below, or at least push below this soon? So last 30 seconds, what's going to happen? Let's see. Definitely have some momentum going down. I like that rejections. DAX, you could be getting in right there. Came up, rejected. Go short. All right, let's see what happens. We could start barcoding as well, but are we going to come up, test half of this candle, test the 9 maybe, and then push down, or are we just going to push down now? We do need to break this red line here. So we're going to continue watching that. Trying. Failing. Still have downward momentum. Like we definitely have bearish momentum still. Like it's not, we have not seen a reason for us to think things are going bullish. Let's see if we can break this red line again. Trying. Failing. Still trying. Let's see if it just dries up out of here and knocks us out. If it does, it does. We tried it. We tried. We hung in. We trusted our instincts. Now, again, we would expect price to come up and test half of this candle. So this is just good price action right now. But let's see what happens. It's like, yeah, are we going to reject off the 9? Are we going to push all the way up? Let's see. I like this for a short. Could reverse anyway, and might not have not turned out right. But let's see where we go right here. So gapped up. Not looking good. A lot of bar coding. Just as big a candles going up as they were coming down. Those were two nice rejection candles coming down, but now we're just going up again. Whatever goes down fast, it can come up fast. Big gaps up. Let's see if the 9 saves us. we could just stop here and barcode. I've got these tops here that have stopped as well. So let's see what happens. 1 minute left. Maybe a little loss of momentum here, but yeah, we're still pushing up hard. At this time, we're building a bit of a base. We haven't been able to break down. Haven't been able to break above, right? Like we do have the 9 coming down. We still have some 9, like downward pressure. I mean, higher, lower, high, high. But this is kind of a lower, it's kind of a higher low. But let's see if we can turn that around. Like again, a little bit hard to tell. Let's see if we can reject this 9, push down. We've got 6 seconds left. Now, yeah, now we're just barcoding. So let's see which way we go. It's anyone's guess now. Right now, the short-term trend is bearish, so that's why I'm still leaning bearish. But we're just ranging. Like this is all consolidation. Either it needs to break down below this red line, or yeah, go back up. Again, trades have been moving slow today. A lot of news coming out for the US 30 today as well, so you would expect consolidation to be choppy. So I guess this really shouldn't surprise me. Now, let's see if we can get some momentum and push through here. If we can push through here, it could drop like a rock. Like this could be consolidation, like kind of like a bearish flag, and then it drops. But let's see. We've got momentum with us. This is a big candle. There we go. Just need a little bit more pop. Spreads are big. And now this can shoot up just as quickly as it came down. Let's see though if we can drive through. Love to see this drive down. Who wants to close? Who wants to close their position after that big candle down when we could ride that bit momentum down to our target of 2R, but it's coming right back up. Now, every time price is pushed up, we push down again. So let's see. Bar coding on the 15. Oof. 15 looks pretty decent, possibly short for DAX. But again, this action just it will look good here, but now this is just congested as well. So like what the heck? 1 minute left. Are we gonna close green, push out of here, or can we close below this red line, start pushing down? It's a good question. Really like this to just push down. Like this is looking good again. I got some momentum, but we've rejected whatever this line is here. 29.50. We've rejected that so many times. Like, what's it gonna take to get through there? Maybe a new 15-minute candle, which is gonna open here in 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Otherwise, I could just get out of 1R, which would be nice, but my heart tells me it could keep going. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna break even anyway, so it's a risk-free trade, so why not? Needed to break here. Dang. I may be getting out of this just with all the consolidation. Like, at this point now, there's no analysis. It's 50-50 which way it's gonna go. At least take it for 1R. Because yeah, now, barcoding. Like this is just horrible price action. You're just guessing where price is gonna go. But I'm still holding slightly. We're still trying to break through here. We haven't gone up. So let's see if we can break. Trying. Not much happening here. Not much happening at all with this candle. Little doji. Pushing up. There we go. Big push up. Let's see. Can we push up, pick up some bit, and then push down? Like, I would love to see that. But yeah, this is barcoding at its finest. And the reason I'm not shutting it is I'm already in it. It's a risk-free trade. Not really hitting my profit target what I want. There is a 50% chance it comes down here. But since it's risk-free, why not? Like, we're not having to risk anything. So we might as well try to get that move down. In general, we've been pushing down, so we can see it continue to push down. Come up, test half of this 15-minute candle. If we can reject, keep pushing down. Like we could see that realistically. Could also try to come up, retest this 9 up here, then push down. Who knows? Feel like we have more red candles than green candles, though. Let's see where we close in the next minute. Do we retest? Test the 9 now if we could push down here. Maybe we get that move we're looking for. DAX happening to DAX right now. Oh, here it's trying. There it is. Good boy. Can we break it? Or is it just going to try? 36 seconds left. Let's watch. I have my finger on the trigger because I may close this trade at 1 hour. Depending on what happens with this candle here. It's trying, but this could also just break. It try to break and then just suck back up. So watching. Sucking up. Let's see where we close in the next 20 seconds. Trying. Trying. Still hasn't been able to. Let's see what happens here. Can we get it pushed down immediately, or is it just going to suck back up? Sucking back up, but let's wait. Little retracement. Can we push now? Come on, we've held for this so long this time. We're not going to, so long for this. We're not going to just exit now at the very bottom. Let's at least give it a chance to drop. It's tempting to want to exit right now, but it's right at the bottom where it's been. Like if it breaks through now, it's going to drop like a rock. So let's give it a chance. It's trying. It's definitely trying. Spreads are a bit wide. It's a lower low. There it is, folks. That's what we were waiting for. Now let's see if that was just an impulse. Now it's gonna just suck back up and go green. Like that's very possible. But let's see if it can drive down now. So now I'm not gonna close it because I think maybe now with that new lower low we can. It'll have to go up a little bit because it picks up some stops. People had stops there that were going bullish, and now picks up, so it's gonna retrace a little bit, and then we'll wait for it to drive down a bit more. So, come on, we've been waiting for this move. We can be patient. We're waiting. Still have my finger on the trigger. If it starts sucking up, I'm going to close it. But let's wait and see. Let's give it opportunity. See what happens with this red line. Will we start going bullish? Or can we start driving down? I'm going to give it a little opportunity. Going to give it a little room to drive up, but let's see. All right. All right. Try. Now let's see. Can we keep driving down? All right, my stop loss is right there now because 1 hour. So if it drives up there, we get 1 hour out of it if it sucks back up. But let's see if we can keep driving down. Like that's what I would like to see. I want to see it drive down to here. It's trying now. Good. Yes. Maybe it'll even drive past. Let's wait and see. See if we can at least fill this wick to the left. push down further would be beautiful, but don't necessarily need it. Got my finger here. Let's see what happens. Or at least guaranteed 1R on this trade. Don't want to get greedy as well, but this is a big candle. See if we can ride it. If we can even ride it down to the yellow, would be nice. But let's see what happens. Price could just suck back up. Yep. Yep. But we would expect a little bit of a retracement. So let's give it some room. That's why 20 seconds left. Not a huge candle. Okay, it's a pretty big candle. But can we reject? Come up a little bit, retest this red line, and then push down. Our stop, where is our stop? Our stop is kind of right there. New candle. Definitely made a new lower low. Do we come open up green and now start pushing back down red? That's what I would like to see. Still pushing down. So I've got my stop still at 1R. If this pushes down now and maybe low drops below here, then we could trail our stop to right there. We'll just trail our stop, but let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can break here this previous low. We may not. We may just push back up, but let's see what happens here. We're still trying to push down. Let's let it get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but guys,
Yeah.
the computer is dead.
All right. Well,
The charging port cannot work. It's broken.
oh, well, you're gonna have to take it apart and fix it.
FPL tried, but can't work again.
All right. I'll check it.
It's like the plug-in thing. Like
Okay, we'll check it. All right, we've gone up, tested this red line twice now. Let's see if we can reject down. Again, price on the trigger, hand in hand on the trigger, but I really want to see it break down. We've been seeing it break down all day, so it could go back up, and we'll take our 1R. But I want to see I want to see it break down here. 1 minute left. Let's see what happens. This is gonna be the last minute of this 15-minute candle. Let's see where we open, where it closed. 22 seconds. Are we going to keep pushing up or can we see it push down now? Almost close to stopping us out here. Let's see here. 6 seconds. Okay, pushing down. That's good. Can we see it just last second? Are we going to gap down or gap up? We gapped up and we're out. That's fine. That's fine. That's where we trailed our stop for a reason. And now we're probably going to see it dropped out like crazy. Just after barely stopped us out. But that's okay. We hung onto it. Could have exited here. We were looking for the bigger move. We did trail our stop, especially after it broke through here. And we got stopped out. That's okay. 0.4% on the day. Whatever. We can't complain. We took 2 good trades today. Yeah, it's gonna move down. But it was new hourly candle too. Could have easily just gone this way. So call it good. Don't really like how this is all now just garbled junk. And yeah, now it's tearing up. So maybe we look like geniuses, one way or the other. Um, now perhaps if this goes all the way up here, you consider going long. Um, But that's it for the day. Up 0.4. Took a couple trades. Could have exited with honestly a lot more if we had exited down here. That was I think we hit $90 something, so 0.18R or something. But that's okay. Bad price action. Honestly, we've got news coming in today. It's gonna be a big news day. DAX, we had if we'd stayed in it, we could have taken it for a little bit more, and not if we'd not moved to break even. But who's to know? Especially when it went all the way up there. So honestly, good day of trading. We're now up 1% on our phase 2 account, and we only have 4 more percent to go. So it's a good start, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Take care and have a great day.